Vague refers to something that is unclear or imprecise in its meaning or intention. Inconsistent, on the other hand, refers to something that does not remain the same or is not uniform in its behavior or quality.
Wait, hang on. I got to do it like, what side are you?
I am both.
Let's see. I got
Wait,
Duke
are you-
over here. I got Jack over here.
I got Lou in the middle. I'm
I
on the
also
right,
have
Duke
Lou
on the
in the
left.
middle. And I'm on
Jack
the left.
on my right. Yeah. Okay, we all have the same screen this time. That doesn't
Hell
always
yeah.
So
happen.
now when I do this,
You're pointing at nobody.
Nobody.
to me though,
Me.
to me, I'm tickling Lou's ear right now. The people who listen to this on audio just totally miss out on so much stuff.
All the visuals.
They're going to miss out
are
on a lot
missing.
this week. I'm going to do show and tell from
Oh boy!
from Disney.
Oh,
Well, first tell us and then show us. So, how you boys doing?
I'm tired as fuck.
I'm good. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Japanese YouTube videos, so I've been very lazy. You know, kind of sitting around, so I'm not worn out. A little bit yesterday, bowling. When you're old and you don't bowl so often, bowling hurts.
Mhm.
I feel better today.
because I use my fingers a lot. If you know what I'm saying.
Fingers were fine. I had my finger action down. I did not have any issues with my fingers, but my thighs.
Thumb is usually what hurts. My thumb.
Oh yeah, we put it up poopers. That's what happens. Especially if they squeeze too hard. Oof.
Is this really weird when it's your bowling ball and your thumb comes out brown? Wait a second.
Mine comes out brown no matter what.
True.
So.
Yours goes in brown. That's the thing. Like, unless you rotate it and then it goes white, and then you rotate it again and then
not the brown, but brown people. So you pay attention. It doesn't go in the brown.
It's funny when you see the back of your thumb, Lou. It's all brown, and then as you rotate it, it looks like you washed it but didn't get the creases. like.
Maybe if he had some lava or something.
Yeah,
Lou's got to get out that mechanics.
Same soap you did, motherfucker.
And when I was done, the hand towel didn't look like a motherfucking shit rag.
How's your week, Duke?
I went up to the coast. Went out to the coast this weekend with a couple friends.
Coast.
Went up to super west side. You can't go any more west side until you get to Hawaii. But it was good. It was relaxing. We just chilled out. We did some that's another thing we got to get Lou. Lou, someday we got to take you antiquing.
I used to work at an antique mall, dude.
That's the ultimate white people shit, though, right?
Oh,
Come on.
Yeah. I worked there at an antique mall, so yeah, that is definitely ultimate white people shit. When you're wrapping up fucking 4 sets of china every day, Lord.
It's so crazy to me how you know how most stores, you go to a Target, every Target looks the same. You go to every Walmart. There may be differences in the footprint, but the layout is generally. You see antique mall, you have no fucking idea what you're getting. We went into a half a dozen antique malls, and there was literally one that there was the ceiling was falling in, and we were like, is everybody's phone on? Do they have a bar? What?
Jeez.
And then we would go in ones where there no dust in the place, everything's wiped down. It's so crazy how they have the same name, but they can be so different. And then for the first time, I got to take the baby Bronco out on the beach. Got to break her in, so that was fun.
Okay.
So up in Washington, there's places that you can go and drive vehicles out on the beach. So that's some more white people shit. I got to get Lou. When you come and visit Lou, we're gonna go do cookies out on the beach in my Bronco.
Look, I'm fine eating cookies, but there's probably sand just kicking all over the place. You probably know.
But you're inside the car and the windows are rolled up. You're fine.
Everything's sealed off?
Yep. Everything's sealed off.
You better close all the vents and give me a mask to put on. Scuba gear.
Lou's
No.
putting gloves on. Wait, no, we're fine. No. I don't trust you.
No. Dirt
You need to have the AC on recycled air before you start.
Yeah, internal air. Just
turn that shit to the inside. Yeah.
And then we're immediately going to a car wash because Lou is not getting out of the car if there's sand on that mother.
At that point, man. Hose that baby off. Shit. Ugh,
no, and then this afternoon, people I'm going to EDC with we're doing like a hang and talk about the music because they've announced all the lineups and the stages. We don't have set times yet, but we have an idea about who we want to see and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Boots and cats and boots and pants and boots and pants. So, and then lost track of time. It was supposed to be done at 5. They went, let's get dinner, and I went, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, I gotta go. Bye.
They have alarms on phones. You can set
actually on the way back. I'm like, I'm gonna set an alarm for myself for 6:30 on Sundays.
6:30. You need 90 minutes.
Make sure he wraps up early.
I want to make sure that if I'm
goodbyes.
If I'm having a conversation with somebody,
shit. I gotta go poop, and then don't come back.
Where are we at? Man. I said it. Where did it disappear to? What's going on? Yeah, I'm going to set the alarm so then I don't...
The long goodbye.
So then again, just, this is just now the hype train for...
I was going to say, bro,
Japan is...
You got 9 days.
Yeah, the hype train to start... Dude, okay, this is the one thing I hate about telling people that you're traveling, is everybody goes, are you excited yet? Are you excited yet? And you're like, just chill.
Man,
I still got an 18-hour flight. I got a lot.
Stress me out. Stop talking.
Yeah. Until that plane takes off from Honolulu to go to Tokyo, everything can go wrong. So just let's just.
Can we just wait till we get there? Calm down.
It'll probably take me 2 days before I'm like.
Right. I will send you a message that says, I landed. I'm excited.
I just bought my first panties out of the capsule machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Exactly.
Here's my excited face in Japan as I land on the plane. Just unconscious.
Thank you for not pulling your eyes to the side. I totally thought that's where we were going.
Oh my God, this guy.
You get this motherfucker tired, and all of a sudden he's fucking rip torn over here.
He's trying to blindfold the locals with dental floss. Yeah, that's so rude.
And now we've just been my phone. I just got a text. I've now been banned from Japan. So this is why I didn't get excited, guys.
Oh man!
If you show up here, you will go to prison. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not going to Japan.
I'm no longer excited. Yeah, thank you.
All I can think of is Eddie Murphy when he's talking about do Japanese people or the Asians make fun of Americans when they go to McDonald's and stuff. Big Mac, big DLT.
I hope they do.
Me too. I think it'd be so funny if they did. That would be awesome.
I hope to experience some racism while I'm in Japan.
Well, I'm black, so I'm going to.
Not from the police.
No.
No, you're gonna be hanging out with us, so you're definitely gonna at least get racism from us.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
That's regular.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That's his Sunday night.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get racism from myself. What are you talking about?
Listen, we're like, who's talking loud in here? Oh,
why? I thought I left America. Fucking back. Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind.
I don't understand what they're saying on the TV, but don't go in there. Don't go in there.
We have to go to a movie theater just to see how everybody else reacts.
I told you we should go to the movies. That would be awesome. The whole experience would be cool, I think.
Oh my God. Gotta watch a movie though so I can yell at the TV. So I can yell at the screen. What you doing?
Wait. Okay, I have to admit, I'm a little excited about hearing Lou go, Godzilla! Godzilla! Run, you motherfuckers, run! He's coming!
Working on ventriloquism out there.
How about yourself, Lou? How was your week?
Not too bad. I had Friday off. I get a day off a month just because of all our evening meetings, and it happened to be Friday. Before that, it worked out well because Thursday was Meow Wolf, and Lord have mercy, I can't tell you how many drinks. But their old fashioned was pretty tasty. I had to make sure the other 2 times. And then just the straight whiskey cokes on top of that, and then something with some fire water in it. I don't know. The bar was fantastic. Meow Wolf itself, not my jam.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, look, I can appreciate it. I can appreciate how others can appreciate it. It's just not for me. They had different areas. It was this crazy colored art shit that made no sense to me.
Oh, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. There was one location that I thought was fantastic, and that was the area that kind of looked like The Last of Us. It was like fungus type, like a unicorn that got all fungled out and everything. I was like, okay, that was cool. But I started in that room because you can just roam around, right? I started in that room, and then after I left yeah, it was just like, okay, so this car has its wheels turned weirdly, and this barbershop is weird, and this looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles van over here. It was just a bunch of shit that just made no sense to me. I couldn't appreciate it. Again, I could understand how others could like it, especially those in the art world. Not me. It was just like, okay, it's time to go to the bar, and I made myself, you
availed yourself.
Like, yeah, I was like, let me go to the bar, and
maybe you should have drank and then went looking at them,
or shrooms. Yeah. Or some other psychedelic.
Substance.
I think I agree with you. I'm not even joking. I think if I was a little bit high on fill in the blank choice, I think it would have been way more appreciated.
Okay. Life.
But ours here has like a grocery store or some shit.
What's that?
Ours here has a grocery store.
Oh, whoa, that's weird.
And like I forgot the art is like food
built into the
cereal,
built into the market.
Shit. Yeah.
See, that seems kind of cool.
Right. So after we become John Wick, we can go and do that.
Okay. The main area, it reminded, honestly, the best way I could describe it is like a movie. If I was in the original Total Recall, just walking down the streets, like whatever their shopping district was, it was just like the art. It just reminded me, like, honestly, like I was in Total Recall, except for the Last of Us room.
The Johnny Cab. And
you're in a Johnny Cab.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were going to say the most enjoyable part for you, and the part that was the most normal to you was the bathroom. Like you went in, you're like, wow, this is super cool. Just the bathroom.
Oh, right. It's like, oh,
they did awesome. So good at this.
The lines in the bathroom were perfect.
No, they weren't. There was one wall that was crooked. It was just the tile, it's not lined up. So you have the one that's like a little sliver in the corner. It's like that little long ass isosceles triangle. Yeah, no, they had that in the bathroom.
That reminds me. Next time we go to Disneyland, I'm going to show you something that's going to mess with your OCD.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
It's going to make your head explode. You know where we got the lockers last time?
Yeah.
To the right of there,
the ones we actually used.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the ones in the park.
So there's like a water fountain or something on the right, and I guess they couldn't build it correctly. And the brick wall, there's like 3 bricks that are like bent almost. It's like an arch. Something happened when they were constructing it, or like a remodel, and the bricks are like curved, just in like one little spot.
Did the oldest catch it too?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's not going to be fun.
Was the Meow Wolf family or friends that you went with?
Work.
Oh, okay.
It was a work event. We had a 3:40 time frame. We got to the bar at about 4:40, and stayed till like 7:30 in the bar.
Nice.
So yeah, it was like from my office. I think there were 5 or 6 of us from my office, and then our other office in Aurora, I think they had 5, and then we had our vendor sponsors. So we all kind of just hung out, and then we hit the bar, and then our office was the last group there. Everybody had bolted like 5, 6 o'clock, closer to 6, they were gone. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 5 of us from our office and 1 from the other office who were still there at the end.
As long as the company card still came out, that's all that matters.
I mean, it did. I'm not gonna lie. The vendors covered a lot of it. They split it, and then the company card after they had left covered the last 2 rounds. Yeah,
Nice.
and those
we call that team building.
It is, man.
Yeah.
Team building at $16 a drink.
Dang.
$80 a round.
I do miss when we would go to like we would have the like happy hour with like the group, and then the manager would say, okay, so in order for me to be able to write this off, we have to talk about some team building or something. So I'm just going to let you guys know that you did a great job this quarter. Everything's going well. Please keep doing what you're doing, and now let's order.
Yep.
As long as we say the word work once, we're good.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
And I refer to you as my underlings. We're good.
But I think a lot of people can enjoy Meow Wolf. Not gonna lie, it did have some cool shit. I'm not gonna lie. It was like it had some cool stuff. It was like, all right, this ain't completely terrible, but overall, it wasn't for me. That's all.
Right. Nothing you're going back to.
No, I don't need to go back again. I'm fine. If somebody else wanted to go, yeah, I'd go with you, and it'd be like, all right, maybe I'll see something different, or some rooms I didn't catch last time, or whatever. A lot of up and down with the go in here and okay, I'm like, how are people getting this angle? Some cool laser effects and whatnot. It was kind of cool, just not for me. Cool. I'm glad I did it. One and done type of thing. Don't need to do it again. But if a group wanted to go, I would go.
And you would do like you did at the Mob Museum, and you'd be like, I'll be in the bar when you guys are done.
Yep. They'd be like, you guys have fun. Bar's on the second floor. I'll be in there.
I will be the loud one in the corner, because I'll probably be 4 drinks in by the time you show up.
Like I need 4 drinks to be loud.
Sorry, and obnoxious. Wait, no.
Oh, wait, no, still not. Still doesn't do it. Still doesn't do it.
Louder.
Actually, a lot does not change when he's drunk.
Depends on who else is in the bar too.
That's true. That's
He's
true.
basically the same drunk and
unlike
sober.
the other person in the chat.
Oh.
Pretty much. Oh shit, Jack. That's a perfect segue into your week.
Let's open up your weekend.
About me? I'm the one that gets drunk and acts up?
Yes.
Huh.
Never. Never.
How were you after 3? How were you after 3?
After 3 beers,
3 mythosaurs.
Yeah.
It wasn't
became
too bad.
a mythosaur.
I could feel it.
It's only 4.5, but
yeah, I could feel it.
He would have to pee a lot. That's for sure.
All right, start from the beginning and work your way through, and then we'll do show and tell.
So, the girls decided to leave in the morning, Saturday morning, right? I don't know if that was a good idea because that kind of sucked. So I get home at like 9:30, right? Regular night, I get home at 9:30. Go to bed. I think I was in bed about 10:30, between 10:30 and 11.
Early.
Yeah. So the fucking alarm goes off at 3:30. I'm like, I hate my life. Kill me. Shower. But the night before they had packed. So,
what?
I mean.
Wow.
No. So it wasn't that bad. It's made for a long fucking day. So we stopped at Del Taco.
Naturally.
Got breakfast. It's just I ate there. And we got to Disneyland it wasn't early enough for Ronto Wraps.
I was going to say, there's no way. Yeah.
So it was like after 11, right? Because aren't Ronto Wraps done at 11?
Yeah, 11-ish. Yeah, they stopped at 10:30.
10:30, yeah.
I don't know. Did I text you guys when I got there? I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't.
I thought he did. I thought he said I'm here, and he was tired.
Well,
something like that.
One of the first things we did was I sent you that churro. Well, I sent the
before that.
Well, I had the Death Star. I sent the Death Star picture at 10:39. So
that was the
one with all of them all of them in those baskets, right?
Yeah, and that was at 10:27 that I sent that. So yeah, so we got there
about 10. About 10
by the time.
Yeah,
but by the time you made it back to Galaxy's Edge,
there's no way it would have. Yeah, probably not. But that's fine because I really just went for the Death Star popcorn buckets. So
was that at GE or was that at Tomorrowland?
Where that was everywhere. I got them at Tomorrowland, but by the time we made it over to Galaxy's Edge, all the popcorn stands just had tons of them. So people that are flipping them, I hope that you get the early sales because that shit is not going to flip for long.
Well, it
they
will
were
because
stocked.
not everybody can get there. So
Right, but if the market gets flooded, you're going to start inching down towards
I see what you're saying.
retail price.
Yeah.
So if you weren't flipping them in the first few days, I don't think it's going to do well for you.
But then you said you were talking about something where they were like, if you used your pass, like if you used your annual.
Yeah, like if you're using your discount, but you don't get discounts on those, so
okay.
They might not catch
what
you.
was it then that you were talking about with the discount?
But no, it is that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you use something like with your discount, like Disney like stocks people and shit. Like big government.
Oh, so they don't stock you for the popcorn buckets, but if you bought something with your discount pass, they'll track your email address.
They'll check like eBay auctions and shit for stuff. So I don't know.
Or whatever. I don't have a season pass, so I don't care.
Well, and you don't flip stuff from Disney generally.
Not generally, no.
It's the convention stuff
exactly.
that you guys mostly do.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, for sure.
Disney's just
I don't know.
do that stuff.
I don't know that I've sold. No, what? Take that back. The Loaf Cat. I think I had an extra
you
Loaf
did buy
Cat.
a couple extra Loaf Cats, yeah. To
flip, and that was it. I think that's the only thing I've really flipped on eBay is just those Loaf Cats.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was just a normal-ish day at Disney. So I got my popcorn buckets. We took it back to the
locker.
The locker. No, we took it to the locker. I was like, let's get a locker this time.
That's what I figured. Locker, not the car.
Yeah. So then we did Hyperspace Mountain.
No. Then you did a churro that's as big as half your child, the size of your child. That was a big ass churro, dude.
Yeah, it was. See?
And Lou's response is, churros are supposed to be brown.
Exactly.
That's
churros
not a churro.
Are brown. That's not
it was a lightsaber.
It's a lightsaber churro. No, it's not. That is just a funky colored churro. That is no brown.
That is a piece of Mexican bread that's colored blue.
Yeah.
Well, she liked it, so whatever.
Oh, I'm sure she. I mean, it's 99% sugar.
It's a sugar stick. If you like
basically.
It. It's a death stick for her. She's just like, yeah.
Plus, she wasn't on her meds yet. She's like, let me get a churros and I'll take my meds. I'm like, okay.
Oh wow! Now she's in the bargaining part of her life already.
Wow.
Like, give me this and I'll do what you want.
Right.
Let me do this really bad thing and then.
And then I'll be good the rest of the day because you're going to medicate me.
Yeah.
No. So then we did Hyperspace Mountain, which they actually upgraded this year. There was a bunch of stuff I didn't recognize from last time. Different like screens and like lighting effects. So I was happy with that. And then Star Tours. They finally did end with fucking Purgles. It's been a year since last season of the Force, when they started the Ahsoka and Purgles and Mando, Andor, and Ahsoka giving you the message in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So for the past year, it's been you either start with pod racing or Kashyyyk, I think. Yeah, so you get pod racing or Kashyyyk. Then you'll get Andor, Mando, or Ahsoka as the message in the middle, and then Purgles. That's all it's been for a year.
But now it's back to
and now it's
rotation.
Now it's back to normal. So this time we got the Water Moon of Endor, and then we got the Battle of Exegol. And then who's in the middle? Oh, we got Maz in the middle. So very acceptable, unless you're Duke and you've never seen episode 9.
Yeah, you're talking about the Battle of Exegol, and I don't know. I know about Lando's battle at Tanab maneuver, but
almost the same.
And
thing.
I was like, wait, there's a water
Lando
planet on. There's a water planet on Endor. What? I only know of a forest.
There's only a forest moon of Endor. No, there's a water moon of Endor as well.
That must be expanded universe.
Yeah, it's not canon anymore.
Legends. It's Legends. Or whatever the opposite of Legends is.
After that, I think is when we wandered over to Galaxy's Edge. For Rise, obviously, because you gotsta. And then
especially when it's not broken.
Shit, we saw everybody, dude. We walked in. Rey was in front of the Falcon. We went upstairs, and shit, what did I go up there for? Food. I mean, it's
like lunchtime.
It's all about food. Yeah, it was about lunchtime. So we were eating at Docking Bay 7 because they have these pork bow taco buns. Delish, nice and spicy. The popcorn place had the popcorn place where Duke got suckered into buying the chicken wings.
Oh yeah.
They had like a slushy. It was like a It was like a watermelon Sprite slushy, and then they had like some strawberry like cream in it, and like boba balls. It was pretty good. And then Ronto Roasters had a horchata milk tea. That was delicious too. So I'm running around all these places. I leave the girls at Docking Bay 7. So I'm running around getting all this other food while we wait for our order at Docking Bay 7. And I'm like, oh, the coaxium sippers are all sold out. But while we're sitting there, I look behind the counter in Docking Bay 7. I'm like, or not. You just can't mobile order it. So I got in line to get one of those.
As far as sippers go, how is it?
I'll show you in a minute, but
yeah.
it does not hold a lot at all. Like, it's cool as fuck, but it does not hold.
But it's a collectible.
At
it's not a useful.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, it's like
you're not taking it to the gym.
It's like 2/3 of the popcorn buckets, right? Like 2/3 of the popcorn buckets are not useful for popcorn.
No, time out. Like time out. As much as I work out at the gym, it'd be plenty useful.
Yeah.
All the water I would need, whatever.
I said that to my little one. We were on the bus leaving today, and my wife had gotten the Thumper Easter popcorn bucket, right? So little one's over there eating the popcorn, and she's like, "Daddy, just put the popcorn in the popcorn bucket." I'm like, who puts popcorn in popcorn buckets? That's just weird. People on the bus behind us started snickering.
Honey, it drops the value.
Yeah. Hello. You got butter in there. It never comes out.
Yeah, I don't need no ants up in my in the casita.
Yeah. Crazy.
You want ants? This is how you get ants.
Yeah. All right, so then you went and did Rise. You were running around Docking Bay 7, so this is Saturday.
So as I come, this is all still Saturday. It's a long fucking day. So we come back around. As I was going back to Docking Bay 7, Ray was up there with Chewie and Vi Marati. Yeah, the spy chick. So I was like, dang, that is a lot of fucking people, right?
How busy was Galaxy's Edge?
I didn't think it was horribly busy. Like, even the whole weekend, I wasn't like, oh my God, there's too many people here. This sucks. And then actually we saw Ahsoka. I'd never seen Ahsoka before, so that was the first time I'd seen Ahsoka. We were walking back towards the rest of Disneyland, and I saw her on one of the paths. And then Mando and Kylo and his stormtroopers walking around. I did not see the clone Luke, because that plain Luke is not Luke. But yeah, no, there was a lot of characters wandering around.
And then I think you mentioned Sabine. Did you see Sabine, or was that?
No.
Okay.
I think she's gone. She was only around during while Ahsoka was on air. Yeah. No, they do that, and because they've had Hera and Chop there too, and they haven't been around since the Ahsoka show. So I don't know how you get rid of Chop, but whatever, Dex.
Because he's an asshole.
Gonna kill you, right?
So I texted my friend about the DX droids. Because one of his other good friends works for a special effects company up here. Like, they designed and made the lion that Katy Perry rode in on during the Super Bowl. So they do like large scale stuff. And we were talking about, before Galaxy's Edge, the three of us were hanging out, and he was talking about, I guess, like Disney had come to them to help them design the stuff to be in the parks. Because originally the parks were supposed to have a lot more kind of interactive stuff going on. But they were like, nah, like we want this amount of money, and they were like, no, we don't want to pay you that. And they said, oh, we're good. Like, we have enough other stuff. So I texted him because I saw the article about the DX droids walking around. I said, did he do those? And he said, no, but they're designing the flying dragon for the new Harry Potter land in Orlando, I think it is.
Orlando, yeah.
And it's supposed to have fire, and it's supposed to be like all remote control and like actually flying and shit. And then he like sent me a little clip of it, and I was like, holy shit, like that's great, like that. Wow. Like, I understand drones and all that kind of stuff are all in, but just to see it, like, I was like, that's like a full scale dragon flying around over Harry Potter. I mean, I'm not even like a Harry Potter guy, but that would be pretty fucking impressive to see in person. Like,
yeah, it would.
So they did not do anything in the park though. So I was kind of bummed out about that, because I was always excited to be like, I know somebody who made that shit, but we'll have to go to Harry Potter World for that, I guess.
Yep.
So sorry, please continue.
No, you're good. You're good. But other than that, it was just a normal day. Wandering around, just going on different rides and shit, eating.
Did you go to
That's what you do at Disneyland.
DC at all?
Yes, we went over there. We did. What did we do over there? We did Cars, the racing. I think that was the only ride we did over there. Just because by the time we got over there and the length of everything, Guardians was too long. Fortunately, we didn't get to do Soaring Over California because it's only there for the Food and Wine Fest, and it's like the OG soaring ride. So we didn't get to do that. I was a little sad about
Brock
that.
Sampson and everything.
He still does the intro for Soaring Over the World.
Oh, okay, but it's not the
It's
OG.
just the actual movie on the ride is different because it's only over California instead of
even with the
world.
Fast Pass, it was long.
Dude, yeah, it was cray. So yeah, we were like, no, we could do it, but I'm like, because the new Star Wars show started at 8:30. I'm like, I do not want to be caught up in anything else. We are here for Star Wars this weekend, so we're not doing shit else except that. So we got back over there 7-ish.
This is Galaxy's Edge again?
Well, we went back to Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
And everybody was hungry. So we're like, fine, let's go eat. Not me. I'm like, fuck eating. Let's go to Star Wars, right? I need to go stand in front of the Falcon right now. I was like, no, let's eat.
As the day goes on, Jack's aged slowly. He's an 8-year-old right now. No, I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat.
Right? I don't want to eat.
I want to see Falcon.
Take me to Falcon. Take me to the Falcon.
So we went to Tiana's, which is like good, like Southern food, right? It's actually pretty decent. Despite what some people have said, it's pretty decent food. So I had half of a Cajun chicken, which was delicious, and cornbread and coleslaw. Yeah.
Dang.
It was pretty good. Yeah. So we ate, and then I'm like, okay, you guys can finish eating, but I'm leaving. Okay, bye. Let's go. So I actually got a pretty decent spot. I sent you guys a picture.
I thought you paid for a spot.
No. Fuck that.
I could have swore your text.
No, I asked him because I was like,
that was afterwards. I'm talking about earlier in the week. You said what your plan was.
No.
I could have swore you said you included you had an 8:30 reservation or something, and then a 9:30 with Olga's. No, that was 9:30.
No. The show was then, but no. I'm not paying for it. No.
That's what I thought. I was like, damn, he actually paid for that shit for 4 people.
No, you cry. Shit. No, so we got there. We got a pretty decent spot. Because they projected it's hard to explain because it's right behind the Falcon. There's like a big flat part of the spire behind the Falcon.
Yeah. Next to the robot. So there's the big
the robot's on the right. So you come over. It's almost like where the stairs are where you come down to the Falcon.
Yeah, right next to where you pay. Kind of that pay area where we sat the first time that we saw it.
Right. Yeah, but
go down those stairs on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't take the ramp to the left. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you're not in front of Oga's, but you're like catty corner to Oga's.
Off to the side. Yeah.
So it was a good spot. I could see the droid. They had a hologram pop up next to him when the show started. It actually looked pretty good. Like for being outside, like the Rey hologram in Rise is cool, right? But like this was outside, and the hologram looked pretty legit.
Nice. Like Andor's stepmama from
exactly.
From Andor. Nice.
Yeah, he didn't say "fuck the Empire" though, so that was kind of weird. I thought all holograms said that.
Yeah,
that's what my hologram's gonna say.
But the projections. Did we watch the Encanto projections on Small World outside? We don't talk about Bruno and no. Okay.
No.
So they're super into doing projection stuff now. So over on Small World, when Encanto came out, they had like a whole "we don't talk about Bruno" thing, and Encanto, it's all about the doors opening and closing and all this shit. So they did that on Small World. It was pretty cool. But this was freaking amazing because it's outside, and so the dude pops up. He's the guy that founded the Black Spire Outpost. I forget what his name is. The droid is Bard, though.
I thought it began with an L, doesn't it?
It does. I forget his name. But
the lore
some
master.
Old dude. He does call himself that. But it's not his government name. So he's talking. He's like, I'm going to tell you a story about a boy and redemption and ultimate sacrifice and all this shit, right? So it starts off. They project. It's almost like cave paintings. Almost. It's not like stick figure cave paintings, but just like that kind of art style. It's not. You're not looking at it like, oh, that's fucking Jake Lloyd, right? But it's talking about him being a slave and Qui-Gon coming, and they do like shadows of like pod racing going across, and then as he becomes more like evil starts to focus on him, and then the spire turned to like Darth Maul's face, and it went on to like him falling in love with Padme, so they projected on there. Everything started looking like Naboo a little bit, with just like their art style for the palaces, and some of their like wedding stuff. When they're at the end of episode 2 when they get married and shit.
Yeah, and they're on that island, or they're at the getaway, like her family's getaway or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And then it goes to Mustafar, right? And it just turns to like volcano, and just like the rocks and the lava spilling like off of there. Like if you didn't know it was a projection, like, God damn, that is fucking amazing. Just the way that the science and the art looks, because they keep it dark enough, but the lava is a different color, and just the tumbling of the rocks and the lava coming down. And they didn't use any voiceover, which I thought was weird at first, but then I'm like, nah, he's just telling a story, he wouldn't have all that. And then so they go to Luke. It actually had a painting of Obi-Wan holding the babies, and the babies like disappeared as he gave them to Owen and Bale, right? So then like there were pictures of Owen and Bale on the side, and they had the babies now. And then so it was Luke getting found by Obi-Wan and like going on, and then they did Hoth, which again they turned it all blue and icy, right? So like the ice is falling down. And over on the left, they projected like there's it's like a turret, but like a castle kind of turret, right? That's just there all the time. But they projected a laser on it, so they have the shadow of an AT-AT coming at them the whole time. And this thing's like shooting at it, it falls and blows up. And then pictures of Vader and Luke fighting. And then it goes to Endor, so they change it all to trees. And again, like there's like they project to the inside of the tree, like it looks like it has depth, right? And then they don't go into the sequels. They just, it was a quiet time, and then another hero had to rise, and it's just like a shadow of Rey. Because obviously, where we're at in Galaxy's Edge, Rey is just, she hasn't done her thing yet. So it's just like a shadow of Rey. And there was one part, I forget like when it was, but like everything like crumbled and like getting sucked into a vortex, and it was so freaking cool. I would say just watch it on YouTube. I can't guarantee that you guys are going to get a chance to go down there before May 11th.
I was going to ask. I wasn't sure it would be on YouTube because I figured Disney would pull it.
Everybody's been recording it, so it is available.
Okay.
But no, it's 10 minutes. It was totally worth the watch. I almost would have gone back for the 10:15 show if we weren't at Oga's. I would have gone and watched it again.
And but neither of them had fireworks. Like this was its own individual.
No. So this was at what 8:30. Fireworks were at 9.
Then fireworks.
So that was
20
a whole another. Like they still have the fire over Batuu with the music and everything. Yeah. We were over there waiting for our Oga's reservation at that point.
So hell, people just stay put.
A lot of them did.
Wait 20 minutes.
You know what? To be honest with you, if you get both of those experiences, I kind of almost feel like maybe paying for it would be worth it. I'd have to think about it. It would be something I would have to think about, right? Like, if it's just one or the other. But if you get to stay there for like an hour and just watch the whole, like, get like an hour of entertainment out of it, like,
I mean, yeah, depending on the schedule, it might not be that bad, and you do get like goodies
food
and
merch
drink out of it. Yeah, I think you get like one of the sippers or something.
Well, and they have like snacks and stuff, right? Like you get like little munchables or whatnot.
Yeah.
So
if it's even a thing anymore, I don't even know.
I think so. I think I just saw something about it. One of the Disney blogs popped up in my Google News feed. They were talking about it because they were talking about all the Season of the Force stuff.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily say that it's a limited thing. It just says debuting March 28th. So I don't know. They should fucking keep it forever, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean,
It
if they
was
can
that
make
good.
well, and here's the thing, like with that seating arrangement stuff, like now if they're doing 2 shows a night, that's twice as much money because they move you out after the first show's done, and then just do a reset, and then they move in the second group.
Yeah.
So
Well, no, because you'd have to still have the fireworks. The first group would have to be the show and fireworks.
but then they
So
would
it'd be
move
more
you out
expensive
because
for-
then you have
Yeah, for the second show, for sure.
Yeah.
And then there's an hour between the next one, so they'd get everybody out in 15 minutes and reset, but they'd have to charge more for the first one because you're getting 2 shows.
Mm-hmm.
We will have to look into it if we get the opportunity to see it.
I'll be down in the front watching y'all. I ain't paying $100 for that.
But no, it was super cool. And then like at the end, like he projected himself up there, and he's like, if you have a light, a saber, raise it up and shout Skywalker. So everybody that had lightsabers would turn them on. Everybody's yelling Skywalker. It was cool as hell. I super dug it. And
Sounds
suck
pretty
it, Florida,
badass,
because
though.
you don't get
Let's
it.
be real. Oh, darn.
Darn. Sucks for you. With your humidity. So then, yeah, after that, we went to Oga's. Tried some of the new snacks there.
Was there
nothing
stuff
great.
specific for Season of the Force? Or was it just a new
like new debuted stuff?
Okay, so they just rotated out some old stuff and put in some new stuff.
Yeah. Some guac and salsa chip thing. I think we had the pretzel bread before with the cheese dipping sauce.
Yep, we always get. Or we've had that both times that I've gone.
Yeah. And then this stuff called Oga's Obsession. It's like Jello with like boba in it and Pop Rocks. It was a different flavor. It was different Jello this time. It was like strawberry Jello.
The little loves
blue.
that one, right? She loves Olga's Obsession. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
And every time it's like, it's not a drink, it's food. I'm like, yeah, we got it, bro.
Dude, they ask that every
time. People be ordering. They're like, what the fuck is this Petri dish you're giving me? Well, if you would read the description,
I was going to
know.
say that's on them for not reading that shit. No sympathy.
So I did have to drink 3 of those Mythosaurs.
Had to.
Totally worth it. It was good.
What type of beer was it?
Basically, it's an apple cider.
Well, no, it was like a wheat ale or something. What did I tell you? It had apple cider in it.
Apple cider wheat ale with something else.
Cherry syrup or some shit. I don't know.
It sounded good.
Right? Yeah, White Wampa is a Hefeweizen-style wheat beer. 4.5 alcohol by volume.
I remember that part.
Its description reads as classic Hefeweizen with a banana and citrus character. So then they added the apple cider and cherry puree to it.
It's a fruity-ass beer.
Yeah, it was.
Also called Delicious.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck if there's an umbrella in it. If it gets me drunk, I'm on it.
Gets me drunk and tastes good while you're doing it? Damn.
Right? Sold. And then after that, we bounced, dude.
That early?
Bro, we didn't even get into August till like 10.
Oh, I thought you had a 9:30 reservation.
It was 9:30, but yeah. Let me see. What did I put on my calendar? 50. So, I mean, stay there for 45 minutes. But little one was like, I'm so tired. I'm like, sure, you don't want to go to Pirates? I got a reservation. She's like, no, just cancel it. I'm done. I'm like, all right, cool.
That's rare.
Yeah,
right?
What the hell?
But the girls won't sleep in the car. They haven't slept in the car since they were little. Unless they are like dead freaking tired, they don't sleep in the car. I mean, I'm passed out as soon as we hit the freeway. But no, they don't sleep in the car. So we went back to the room, passed out. I'm like, I'm unpacking toothbrushes and I'm going to bed. You guys are on your own. And then we had to go back today because previously mentioned the coaxium sipper. As I was looking at it online later, I'm like, these motherfuckers got straws. I didn't get no straw. I thought it was just like you had to suck like almost like one of those applesauce pouches or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's sealed, but you have to like almost like a bottle or something. I'm like, no, these guys just got straws. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go back over there, get my straw, And then we did pirates.
Any questions? Any question? Like, hey, I didn't get my straw
I didn't
today.
even have to show my receipt. I said, look, I got a coaxium sipper yesterday. They didn't give me a straw. She's like, okay, cool. But I still had my receipt and everything. I brought the sipper back with me just in case. But I guess I wasn't asking for like a new sipper or something. So they're like, whatever.
Right.
That
I
sounds
needed a
about right.
sipper. My sipper didn't have the bottle in it.
Yeah. No, when dude gave it to me, he almost put his eye out with it because it's spring loaded, which sounds kind of dangerous.
It does. I was like, what?
Well, we'll see it soon enough. So
yeah. So on the way out, we went and got these. They have a build your own headband thing now. So Star Wars was not part of the initial thing. They just put them out this week. But you buy a headband, and then you buy these little dudes. And you can undo the strap and you put it on your headband. So you can make your own headbands, your own personalized
ears.
Got Stormtrooper, R2. Lou's going to have to buy this one next time he goes.
Ah.
Oh, damn it. Yes, he is.
My big one actually asked, she's like, are you going to get Vader for your boyfriend? I'm like, maybe. No. I can't 100% guarantee he wants it.
He'll be there in December. He'll get his along with an Ewok because somebody else is going to want a damn Ewok and the droid. R2 is going to be the other one.
Who knows what else comes out before then, too.
Uh-huh. How much are they? I want to know the budget
12.
for it now. That's it.
Yeah. 12 each.
I like how he's like, I'm on a budget. How much are they? 12. What?
Right. I'll get 2 Vaders so I can make my own Mickey Mouse ears.
Yep.
There you go.
Well, maybe they'll have Maul or some shit by then.
Oh, that's true. Or the Emperor.
Yeah.
And I'll have all 3.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of that,
put them on my
rest in
headphones.
power, Clive Reveal. Revel?
Yep.
Revel.
Revel?
Yeah.
I know, there's 2 L's, right?
Yeah. I remember I went to go see him at the first Anaheim Con.
So
and
free?
I'm like, oh, cool. I can meet like the old school Emperor, right? So the only pass I had was the one from Celebration 6, like the weird Mardi Gras one. He's like, well, that's not me. And I was like, motherfucker, you aren't even in the movie anymore. Just sign the fuck what I tell you.
Right?
Shit, you're a voice actor.
Like, bro, you got pulled.
Wow,
Right?
Jack just fucking flipped on his entitled Star Wars. I paid $189 for this. You're going to fucking sign what I tell you to sign.
I'm an original, dude.
Right?
I still that's a whole nother argument. I don't get it. I'll get to that later.
And then also at Doc Ondar's, they had these cards. They say Season of the Force on them. So there's 4 of them.
Oh,
on the
shit.
back,
that's my boy.
I saw it, Chewie.
On the back, you have your Arbesh translator.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
Right?
You have to give me a Chewy one if I don't make it down there.
They're stingy as fuck about them. Like, these are free. I'm like, so can I have more? They're like, you can have one.
Damn.
They're free.
Fuck off. One of each? I want one of each.
Well, no, they come in a pack of 4. So you get all of them.
Well, there's 4 of y'all.
There were only 2 of us. Because it was this morning and I was just running to get my coaxium.
That's right. This was today's stuff.
Yeah. So I didn't know that they were giving them out. Otherwise, yes, we would have gone and got all of them.
Well, you're going back in a month and a half. It's all good.
Right. All right, so show and tell. Here's the coaxium sipper. It looks just like the ones that...
Back it up.
Back up a little bit.
Back it up. There you go.
There, right there.
So it has a safety latch on it because you push the button.
Coaxium
comes out.
Take your eye out, Danny.
Exactly. It says caution, handle with care, coaxium.
So why is the caution coaxium crossed out?
Who knows?
Why is it in Arabesh?
And it lights up.
Whoa.
Oh, that's cool. They put the bubbles in the plastic, so you don't.
No, this is from me rinsing it out.
Oh,
it's not dried yet. In case I had to give it back to him, I didn't dry it out yet. So yes, that would have been cool. But yeah, no. So it's just spring loaded in there. But as you can see, it's not very.
Nah.
This looks big.
You got like 14
but it's not
ounces.
as big on the inside.
That's what she said.
That is not retarded.
So then straw.
I mean, it's kind of cool, but
it's cooler as a prop. It's not very functional.
It's not practical.
Yeah, not practical at all.
No, not at all.
How many steps does it take for you to fill your water bottle? 2. It takes me 7.
And then while we were killing time, we were in the droid depot, screwing off, and I saw this. I was like, "Oh, that's cute. It's a little R2 ornament, right?" Pops open, and he's a popcorn bucket, and it lights up. I was like, "How did I not see this at Christmas time?"
That's funny.
Yeah, no
This is
shit.
bullshit, right? So I had to get that because adorable.
And that's like, I mean, they have a R2 popcorn bucket, right? They had one.
I'm sure there's one somewhere. I do not have it.
This was pre-Jack being a fiend for popcorn buckets.
Right. He said with the Deadpool popcorn bucket over his shoulder.
Uh-huh.
And then also, lightsaber swizzle sticks.
It's like, they better light up.
Oh, they do. I just didn't open them yet. Vader.
But when you need to stir your drink.
Yep. So you need a stir drink. And a blue one for Luke. Or I guess also Anakin.
I would say Anakin, right? Like, I mean, I guess that's OG Luke saber too.
Yeah, same thing. And
Yeah.
Anakin / Luke.
You know, there's somebody that's going to be like, well, if you look at the scarring on the...
Right. This wasn't there until they're fighting Mustafar. So now it's Luke's lightsaber. What else? Well, I guess the Death Star bucket. So this was the whole reason to go.
Yeah. Oh, decent size, too.
Yeah, it is.
Look at the size
one
of that
putt.
thing.
Turns on all the city lights.
Dude, that is cool.
Second push. There's sound effects.
Yeah,
And then it just sits there and looks awesome.
I thought the lasers came out of the bucket, like came out to a point. But that looks cool. I thought
Right?
I thought that it was a 3D thing.
But yeah, so that was super cool.
Nice.
I was like, you know what? That was worth going down there for. And then...
Drum roll.
Oh, wait, drum roll? I got you. Hold on. Oh, wait, I don't got you. It was pretty cool.
there it is.
And then the Mythosaur mug. Swap it out,
It's
put
a
it in a
cardboard
box.
Woohoo.
Boom. Well, it was for the poor Mandalorians before Din brought them all the
What the... Sorry.
Beskar.
I just saw your text. That Stormtrooper's badass.
I like it way better than the blue China one they had years ago.
Good God, that thing is sick.
That one is
The
way better.
Cherry blossoms on it. Yeah. Oh, that's a big-ass
sexy.
mug, dude.
Right? And you were talking shit like, oh, you can drunk off a beer. It's a big-ass mug.
Dude, that is... Okay, all right.
Nice.
But yes, fucking awesome.
That is
So, Avi,
sick.
you guys wanted it, so I do have them. I put it in your... As we talk about almost every week, lose pile.
Loose pile. Yep. It's good looking out. Love you, bud. That's awesome.
They each have a sticky note with how much we owe Jack from it.
55
And then,
after tax. We already know.
Actually, it was
That
cool
mug
as
was
heck when
$50.
they bagged them up. They put them in their Disneyland bags. They actually gave us a set of the coasters, too.
Oh, nice.
So each one has a set of the coasters. If you don't already have it, you do
That's
now.
cool. No, I only had the one used one, and I never got the clean one.
I think they gave me I think I only got 4 of them. I don't know if I got the whole set with the last one that I bought.
Was there 6?
Something. Let's see. It's one for like each of the drinks. So Gamorrean Ale, the pilot one, Lou's favorite, the Bloody Rancor,
Bloody Rancor. Yeah.
the Bantha, and the Yub Nub.
And then on the back they just have the generic
Yeah, it's just Oga's logo. Oga's Cantina. So that was my spending preview for fucking Celebration.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I saw
appetizer.
that.
You're spending appetizer before the main event.
I saw that somebody just posted that Hot Toys before I texted it to you guys, and I'm like, I should hate it, but I don't know.
It's
if I
got a
do.
kimono jacket.
it's catchy enough that it's cool. Like,
And that's actually exclusive. So the figure's not exclusive, but the kimono is.
but you have to buy the figure to get the kimono.
Yes.
Okay.
I would imagine, yeah.
And how
That
much
thing
is the figure?
Like 200 something, I think.
Dude, I already got no joke. I already just now, one of the dudes out here in Colorado just hit me up a messenger. Can you grab that for me? He's a cool dude. Though. He's a cool dude. Though. So if he wants to give me the money in advance, or he can just Venmo me it while I'm there and get the actual price. I don't think that I've seen a price for it.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole travel thing is like, okay, you also got to pay extra for the freaking mule fee because that's going to take up space in my luggage, and if I end up having to ship a box back, you're paying your part.
Mm-hmm. But I'll let you know.
I may end up with 2 of them bad boys anyway, because that thing, I like it.
Let's see. So Exclusive Edition has an additional Cherry Blossom Haori jacket and a celebration-themed backdrop, enhancing the suit with a tasteful design. Star Wars Celebration version limited to 1,000 is available at Star Wars Celebration, and the Hot Toys is limited to 1,500 through select channels.
Wait. Which one? One of them's limited to 1,000, and one of them's limited to 1,500.
Yes. So the Celebration is 1,000.
Okay.
The everybody else is 15. So in the Celebration,
but that doesn't have the jacket.
Has the backdrop and the jacket.
Yeah. So that extra. Okay. All right. I told him, I'm like, look, if by the time I get to HT, I'll get it.
Here, this is going to make you like it more. The back of the jacket.
Uh-oh. You got a pic?
Yeah, I just texted it to you.
What? Yeah, I'm getting one. And then I'm going to find me a Chinaman out here and have him duplicate that jacket in big people size.
Lou, do you have any other Hot Toy stuff, or is this going to be your first venture into?
No, there's an OG Hot Toy collector.
I'm asking. I know you used. I thought you used to do the
Little Giant and Sideshow.
Yeah, you used to do side. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Was you did Sideshow? But you never did Hot Toys.
I got a Grogu.
I forgot that Sideshow had their own toys. Yeah.
So I had Sideshow, Gentle Giant. Sideshow, I did Bus and the statues, the 12-inch, and then Sideshow, I did the 1/4 scale, mostly, and then the 12-inch when they did those for a while from Sideshow. And then I think I got one Hot Toys, and it was a Grogu.
I have a couple of Hot Toys now. I got
Boba Fett?
No, I got 000.
All right,
and BT1 from Afra. And I did get they finally shipped the Sabine from Ahsoka.
I thought you ordered a Sabine a while back.
I got the Luke from Mando too, because he came with a cut in half Death Trooper.
Death Trooper,
yeah.
But I have them.
Yeah.
No. Oh my god. Yeah, I have a feeling now that I'm not going to beeline to go get it, but when I'm there, if it's there, I will get it.
Yeah, well, if I wander by the booth eventually and it's there, I probably will. I do kind of dig in.
Didn't they have? No, they weren't one of the ones with the pin. One of the
not so far. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Well, all the incentives got to be done by now.
Yeah.
Because all 10 of them are out. And so the only thing we don't know yet are if there's an incentive.
If there's incentives.
If there's an incentive, and then what the 4 blind ones are.
Yeah.
And I'm saying 4 because that's what the last 2 celebrations were.
Yeah.
Or 2 plus whatever.
Whatever. Something.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that thing's pretty sick. So, damn. Our Bucket, Mythosaur, those 2, freaking badass. I don't remember. What was on your May 4th visit in 6 weeks?
That's the Jawa Sipper and the 501st Stormtrooper helmet. And then in between then, the Tauntaun Popcorn Bucket comes out. But yeah, so the next time I go to Disneyland, it'll be Tokyo.
Yeah, and they don't have any fancy shit like that. Not Star Wars, anyway.
Yeah. Everything I read, Star Wars is not as popular in Japan as it is here.
Well,
which is weird because I thought they liked Star Wars out there.
Hopefully that'll bode well for us while we're there.
That reminds me. What was that? I can't remember what it was earlier this week. We were all looking at, I guess, some exclusives maybe, and somebody had like the anime posters or something like that. That was
the 4-pack of the pins.
That was pins.
It was on the retailer exclusive list. Yeah.
Okay, it was a retailer, not the Celebration store.
Correct. Yeah, they haven't put out Celebration store stuff yet. Because
those pins look pretty badass. Those anime pins look pretty badass.
Agree.
I might get the paddle, the Chewy paddle. I thought that looked pretty cool.
I don't remember seeing that.
It was the last things on the page. It's like a Japanese game, kind of similar to badminton, but a company has like three limited edition paddles for celebration. It was a Chewbacca, a Rey, and a C-3PO and R2.
Oh yeah, is that what they are?
Yeah. I looked it up because I didn't know.
Goita?
I didn't know what Hagoita is.
Yeah,
and it's a game, I guess, similar to badminton, but it's.
Did I miss something? And I don't know. Maybe you would think it'd be a local favorite, not going to be there. Koto Bakaya.
You know what?
Hang on, I'm on the page.
Yeah.
So let me go look at.
I'm trying to figure out how Koto is not going to be there.
Right.
The home of the lightsaber chopsticks. Not going to be there. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, the only K that's there is K Uno. On the list of exhibitors, there's no Koto Boy. Yeah.
No Koto Bakaya?
No Koto Bakaya. Nope.
Wow. I was actually tempted. I still might bring my lightsaber chopsticks to use while I'm in Japan. at least Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Unless somebody else is now doing their marketing or whatever.
Yeah, they could be like the way Funko Bandai is.
Yeah.
Although they still haven't announced an exclusive Bandai or Funko for a Funko Pop anyway.
Right.
Oh wait, I have to go to Hot Toys anyway. Those little $10 mini things.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And Jawa. Yeah.
So I mean, Hot Toys was on the list.
Yeah, so
it just wasn't
Hot Toys already on the list.
$200 doll.
No, that was not on the list. It is now. 2 of them. As long as the limit's not one. Or if the limit's one, I'll have to have one of y'all get one for me if you're not getting one for yourself.
Happy to help.
I mean, we have 2 kids, a wife. So
right.
We have options for all
us,
this.
And Duke's got 2 other buddies going. So there's 8 of us.
3. Yeah, there'll be 4 of us.
3 other buddies going. Yeah. So there's 9 of us.
Well, technically 4 because one guy's going by himself, but he's meeting us there. So we have lots of options. So
plenty of options to get. Long as it's not a crazy line.
Not that we're putting this out there for everybody to have us buy them shit, though. I'm just saying.
Oh, dude, for real. I didn't tell anybody shit. He hit me up because I've been dealing with him for Funko since 21.
Yeah.
So we already have a relationship. He hooked me up with Star Wars. Yeah. When the NFTs, My Little Ponies, first came out, and I wasn't doing NFTs, he got me a really good price on like 4 of them. It was almost half of what they were going for, and I was like, "Damn, dude!" It's like, "Yeah, you always hook me up, so I figured I'd get you a good price." I'm like, "Damn, thanks, bro."
All right.
So met him down in Colorado Springs and picked him up, and we've been hanging out and chatting about like new stuff. Like remember when the Vader from Funko Hollywood came out, the one I picked up when we were down there, last year. He had an opportunity to grab one for me. I was like, "Oh no, my aunt lives down there. I'll ask her eventually." And then she moved to Vegas and I didn't get one. So, but it was there when we were there, so it worked out.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's usually always looking out, and it's like, "Hey, do you have this?" Like even when the Target Con and all that stuff, he made sure I got my Vaders, and then like I said, it was literally after I saw your text. I looked down and he had a message and he was the same one. And it was like, I think matter of fact, I think his quote was, "Doubt it, but think you can grab this Hot Toys exclusive." I told him, like, "Look, if they don't sell out by the time I get the Hot Toys ready, I'll get it for you."
Yeah.
And we already talked about the store stuff, right?
Sort of. The pins are better. I mean, but the rest of it hasn't come out yet. So we don't know what the store is going to have.
Okay.
Yeah.
But every time I go to the store, like the last couple celebrations in 22 and 15, I spent like $500.
Easily.
Granted,
I got the biggest problem is if I get sidetracked in something and you guys are talking about, like, if a bunch of news hits at one day, I get my wires crossed on what's Disney and what's Celebration. So I'll be glad when Celebration's done. So then I'm not like, wait, are these exclusives? Or I see like a promo or something, a news thing in my feed, and I'm like, oh, it's this, and then I go and look in the chat, and you're like, 5 days ago we.
Dude, and there's 3 because is it Celebration exclusive, Celebration store, or Disney? So there's 3 options that it could be right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I mean all these vendor exclusives for the most part seem to have been announced, right? Because there's not that many vendors, there's not that many exhibitors.
Well, you know what? I don't know because like let's say for the Celebration for the pins, if you're doing the pins, there are, I think was it 10 vendor pins or 8 something like that. 8 or 10 vendor pins, and they get the vendor pins. You usually have to buy something from their booth up to $50. or they can sell it just for $10 or $15. But we don't know necessarily all of those vendors and what they have, or what do you have to do to get their thing. The only thing we know for sure is Stamps is going to make you spend $50 on a box of socks.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one's good.
That's the only thing.
What do you guys think of just there's the Star Wars Revenge of the Sith mystery box pins?
Oh, I didn't like those. I didn't like the way the art on it looked terrible.
Yeah, those look like kind of the
I mean, they look very basic.
We were looking at when they came out.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, no, I'll pass. Not opposed to blind box, but I want the pins to look good too. Yeah. I didn't think they looked
well, and it looks like one of them is doing one of them has a Revenge of the Sith, and then the other one's just a generic overall just has it's just pins, but no, I mean it's two troopers. Who is that? Padme, I'm guessing Anakin, and the droids, and is that Grievous? I think that's so. That seems like a weird mishmash as well. But
all Revenge of the Sith, though, right?
No, Padme's Episode 1. Padme, Queen Amidala.
Oh, that's
and the
right.
two troopers that looks like Rex, and who's the yellow one? I guess Cody, right?
Cody probably.
And then R2 and 3PO, I can't tell, but 3PO is all gold, so. And then Grievous was Episode 2, right?
And 3.
And 3? Okay.
No, just 3.
Just 3. Yeah, you're right.
He wasn't in 2. No, it was just 3. I'm thinking that's that cartoon.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
The cartoon that everybody's been talking about lately for some reason.
Yeah, it's weird. 20-something years later that they want to start talking about that shit.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many articles where they were like, "Oh, if you want prequels, the best prequels came out 20 years ago in
the
3 minutes."
Jack artist and all this.
Yeah, like it's a new discovery or something. You're like, motherfucker, we've been here the whole time waiting for you to come back.
I'm looking over here at my bookcase, and I got both of them CDs sitting over here, or DVDs over here on my rack. So what the hell, man?
Well, and we have the Clone Wars. Was that when all of us were together? That Clone Wars booklet, because they did the presentation. We went to a Clone Wars presentation, and they had a ton of the voice actors, and we went up to the front, and they had the giveaway was like a art book, but it was like a paper art book, and we went up because I still have it in my autograph pile. We got like a shit ton of autographs on it because all of them were just signing as people came up, and I'll go dig it out. I'll go dig it out and bring it out. Yeah. That'll be one day. We'll have to do autograph show-offs.
Shit, all my shit's in storage.
Well, show us pictures, Lou.
Lou's like, imagine if you will.
Yeah. Imagine this. A picture
Imagine if you will.
Of...
So, new topic. You guys watched Daredevil, both episodes?
Yes.
I thought they were okay. I think the second episode was better than the first episode. First episode kind of felt a little bit like filler to me. It wasn't, because there was still some relevant stuff, but it was 80% filler. But I enjoyed how it played out.
Yeah.
I was like, usually I'm not a big filler fan. I was okay with this one.
Well, because it had Miss Marvel's dad in it.
Fuck
Come on.
Dude, talking about throwing shit in your face. Like, okay, yeah, we know. Oh, now you're gonna throw some Funko Pop. Okay, yeah, we know.
This is Kamala. Look how close.
My daughter, Kamala.
I can't. Oh, that's right.
I
love her dad though. Her dad's awesome.
He is,
because he's like a good person, but he's like, ooh, there's this situation for money.
Second episode, way better.
Yes,
and the overlapping of Kingpin becoming Kingpin again, Daredevil becoming Daredevil again. So you saw it building up. It finally happened. I was like, all right, that was.
But again, how did it all get instigated? Stupid people doing stupid shit. Like
always.
I just like. Are you gonna do anything? No. Okay. Oh, what's down here? Oh, there's pipe. Oh, and now I'm unconscious and being, like, come on.
Sucking my blood out.
Fuck. Like, sorry. I just was like, come on. Why it's such an easy, like, yeah, it's not, I don't know. That bugged me. But, again, I'm glad Daredevil's back being Daredevil and all that kind of stuff. But,
I would have felt better if he happened to have the amulet on him and needed that to revive her. Since we all know
That
she
would've
became
kind of been
a
cool.
white tiger.
Well,
Yeah.
or if she had it on, like maybe she was trying it and there was like a quick fight because she doesn't know how to fight, right? Like her uncle
Right.
knew how to fight. She doesn't know, so she thinks, oh, I'll have the amulet and then I'll be badass. And maybe she gets,
Mhm.
maybe she blocks a couple of his things, but then he's like, "Brr," and then she's that at least, okay, cool, I could buy that. But you go right
But
from,
I mean, this could lead to it. She's like, oh, well, I got punked the fuck out and almost died, so now maybe I should put the amulet on because I'm not going to stop fighting bad guys.
Yep. So there's potential there for sure.
Mm.
But there, again, it was a bunch of bullshit. One minute, she's down there, and you hear noises, and then she's captured. We don't even get to see that. It's like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
that it actually took me out of it. I'm like, wait, what happened?
exactly.
Right.
Then all of a
Next
sudden
thing
you
you know,
see her unconscious, and you're like, wait, okay.
over his shoulder, and it's like, what?
I guess means to an end, right? It's
Like, I get Daredevil's been out of the game for a year, but how's he going to get his ass kicked by a graffiti artist?
I, you know what? I thought the same thing, and I didn't think it was based off of him being out for a year. I think it's based off of whatever Muse powers. Granted, they're not really showing his powers necessarily right now, with the
Right.
whole being able to block Daredevil senses and all that shit. We're not getting there yet, and they may not. We don't know what they're going to do, but I'm hoping they're going to explain why he can fight. Because I was like, he should have got his ass whooped.
Right? Bro's a graffiti artist. Daredevil's a trained ninja. This guy's a graffiti artist.
You take
Skill
that
level isn't.
Thank you. You take that mask off, he got a man bun. Let's be real.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
That's why he has the stocking hat on to cover it.
Exactly. It's like, what the hell?
Banksy
There's
looking
no way
motherfucker.
that dude. So hopefully they do
Yeah,
give us an
we'll
explanation
see.
of why he can keep up. And not just, because if they do a one-liner in the next episode, I'm out of practice. Okay, fine, that answers it too. But I'm hoping it's because Muse has some kind of skill.
I think it's a combination of both. I'm guessing he's still he's not 100% in the game yet. I think Daredevil, while he's most of the way there, I think he's still. So I think that's what he hasn't been in the game for a while, right? Like I think he's like, okay, I'm going to put the mask on. I'm going to give this a go and see. I got to go save this person. I'm the only one that can, but I still think he has that battle. He's still battling with himself a little bit.
Yeah, the other thing, kind of going back to that first episode, it was out of place. It wasn't, but it was. At the end of the previous episode, he's on the roof practicing and getting himself back on Daredevil, and then he's going for a bank loan. Like, really? And we're not gonna advance this part of the story of his.
I'm guessing what we're seeing right now is now the merging of the two seasons, right? Like we're getting to the point that that they're going to be phasing out whatever they had built originally and are now, but they still have all that stuff that they want to try to use as much as they can. So you end up with like a filler episode that probably was way more intricate to the story before, but it's a good episode on its own, so you don't want to lose that, right? Like you have good character building with Luca and all of them. You have
it made sense because they still owed $1.8 million.
Now 2.8 million.
And that diamond would have paid for it. So that diamond would have paid the 1.8, which is now, like you said, 2.8. But that type of thing, I was like, okay, I get where they're going with this, and it was super cool that when when Matt was in the bank and the girl, her heartbeat wasn't all fast. I was like, so that's how he knew she was involved.
Dude,
I was like, okay, that's cool.
He kicked the shit out of Luca at the end of that episode, though. God damn.
Oh, dude, that leg.
Dude,
the
arm and the leg. I was like, oh, damn. Like, Jesus. Okay.
Oh, man. That was terrible. I was like, I kind of leaned back in my seat when I was like, oh, God, I turned away. Oh, that was so bad. That was very, very well shot. The choreography is getting better. I told you, that first episode I thought sucked. That fight in episode 5, and then the one with Muse in episode 6. I'm like, okay, the fighting, it's looking way better than it did in that first episode. Granted, that first episode was reshoots, so I get it. But damn.
Well, and again, they're close to the fighting, but they're letting the fight dictate the cuts as opposed to the cuts dictating the fight, which I really appreciate. So you could tell that that the fights, instead of just being cut, it's longer shots where you're seeing
they
them
need to
like
go back to Netflix with the hallway fights. Those are fucking
those
awesome.
were the best.
Yeah, no cuts.
Yeah. Well, this
Those
one, I
were
mean, it
fucking
kind of
awesome.
made sense. The cuts made sense, right? Like because
Yeah,
they're
because
moving around the room, and then you were never lost on where they were in the room and where each of them was in relation to her and the room itself.
Right.
Like, because really, he was just trying to fight him to get to the girl. Like, I don't.
Right.
You know, I don't like, and I always felt like that was like Daredevil's thing was like he fights to get to the goal. He's not fighting to fight, right? Like,
right.
He's fighting because he has a somewhere he's trying to be, and you're in his way. So he's going to kick the shit out of you as much as he needs to. Yeah, he's not necessarily going to inflict more punishment than it takes for you to stay out of his way. So
yeah, there's another guy that does that. I forget what his name is. Some punishment, something.
Yeah, he's John.
That's another character.
I think he has a unicorn.
I like that. I like that.
Unicorn.
That they brought Jack back, Kate Bishop's stepdad.
I thought it was
very minor.
I thought it was a little bit weak. Oh, now him as the socialite, I like that part.
Swordsman, right?
The swordsman, yeah, the stupid little camera video. That those little clips are starting to become annoying now.
The BB report.
The BB report. I'm like, okay. We're everything cut to one now. I'm just like, can we move on to the next scene already?
Is it my speaker setup? I can never fucking hear those. Like when they cut to it, my volume on those goes to like half. So I'm
That's
like,
weird.
I typically put the subtitles on anyways to just make sure that I'm hearing what they're saying, because there's been times when like if they're mumbling or if it's, but during her reports, like my volume is like this, where we're having a normal conversation, and I'm just like, what are you fucking talking about? So it must be my speaker setup then. So, but yeah,
I just think the point of them has been lost. It's like it used to be a grounded. Let's see how people in the city think what's going on. And now it's just like, okay, whatever. We move on to okay, great. Can we get out of this?
Well, they're using it to like transition from one scene to another. Generally, is how I always took it.
Well, early on, they had value, like the whole Fisk and what people thought of him. Yeah. Now, it just they're saying the same shit, and it's like, okay, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Every time it switches to one, I'm like, all right, can we just get to the next
Well,
scene?
And it doesn't seem to be, and I think it would be different if it was about what was going on, right? Like, hey, let's talk about the vigilante who got killed, right? Like, what do you...
Right, that would matter too.
Right. But this is it's very generic. Like, you could really plug these interviews in anywhere, and they're not changing the flow of the story at all.
And it goes back to the whole, again, like I was saying last week, no B story. So these clips could be helping whatever B story exists, except one doesn't exist. So it's like, all right.
It's funny, one of the YouTube channels I watch, actually, like I watched after last Monday, I was watching it, and they were like, oh, is Daredevil working? Like, are we enjoying Daredevil? And they were doing like a panel discussion, and one of them mentioned the no B stories, and I was like, "Damn, Lou, you ahead of the game, son! Out here being a TV critic, motherfucker. What?"
If only. But yeah, it's like, again, I'm okay with it because I know my belief is it's on purpose. They don't want to distract you from the main story, which is Daredevil and Fisk. They want to get those going. And then they can worry about B stories in seasons 2 and 3 since both have been greenlit. I'm like, okay, if that is their plan, I get it. The same way episode 7, right? Everything comes back to Star Wars. Everybody was like, oh my God, episode 7 was just a rehash of 4. I'm like, no, it was a rehash of 4, 5, and 6. Get it right. It was a rehash of all of them because they needed to bring the fans back who tuned out after the prequels and were hating the prequels, who I all like now, like all of a sudden. But they needed to do that to bring everybody back in. It's like, okay, now you did this movie. You got everybody back in. It was a repeat. Now we can go and do some new shit in 8, 9. And then they fucked up 8, 9, but whatever.
Well, the problem was they didn't know what their new shit was going to be. Like,
well, yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. I agree with you 100%. They did not. But I get the point. The point was 7 was to bring all the fans back, and it worked. And then with Daredevil, they're using season 1 to just get the fans back. We're going to focus on Fisk. We're going to focus on Daredevil. Muse will be a thing. We'll have the Punisher show up. Little things that are happening, but that's not the point. The point is Daredevil and Fisk.
Bullseye still around, like.
Oh yeah, Bullseye in the first episode. All these things. So it's like, all right, cool. Let's set the stage, and then let's break down Fisk and Matt, and then let's build up Fisk and Matt, and then how it's going to end the next 3 episodes, and then we'll get into the actual storytelling and multiple stories going on, and it'll all culminate probably in some climactic shit in the end of season 2 that'll pick up in season 3 and finish the story.
But
so
going back to what we've talked about before with, I think, Acolyte, and there was another show that we talked about where it was one episode, and maybe Skeleton Crew. I think Daredevil, the people who are releasing, whoever's deciding how their release window is, realized that one episode is a one-off, and so they released 2 episodes. So then we still got story. So they kind of fixed. You know how I don't remember which.
Sorta?
What was that?
Let's say sort of,
because they haven't done that with any of the others outside of the first.
Well, they've done it before. Like all their series, they do 2 drops at a time. Like you pick any Disney. I think they did it. It's just a crazy coincidence because Andor comes out in the 22nd. They didn't want to overlap. That's all.
But I'm sure in my head. But I mean, last week was 1 episode. The week before was 1 episode, right?
I know. But they had to have. Well, now I think you're onto something. Here's my thing. They had to have 2 episodes because Andor comes out in 22nd.
Yeah.
I think you're right that they picked these 2 because that first one was a filler episode.
Yeah. But they're all. I think in my head that's a positive sign because the older Disney Plus shows would have made us sit with that 1 episode, and I think we would have been way more negative about that 1 episode being by itself with a week to go between, right? Because you could have picked any week. You could have picked any week to have your 2 episodes, right? You could have a 2-episode season finale if you wanted, but they randomly picked these 2 episodes in the middle of the season to have a 2-episode drop. I feel like there's somebody in Disney listening to our podcast and went,
yeah,
we need to.
They would have got clowned.
We need to make sure that we make these 3 white guys happy. So we know at least one of them's gonna be furious if we only release this bank episode by himself. So let's do 2 so we can move the story forward. But I think it was
talk shit the whole week.
I think it was Acolyte where it was like when they introduced the Master, and they had like the 1 episode that ended with wow, I can't believe I don't remember her names. The twins, where the twins
Bushka
did
and May.
Oh sure.
Yeah, and then like the episode ends and we're like, the fuck? But then the following week it all like made sense, where if they would have put those 2 episodes together, you would have been like, oh, okay, I get it. But where they cut it, you were just like, what the fuck? Like, did they just run out of film? Why did we end there? Like, because it was a very weird thing. So hopefully this is a sign of better things to come. And the fact that
Have you guys seen the season 2 set photos with him wearing his black outfit?
Season 2,
Daredevil
photos.
season 2.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so there's pictures of him wearing his black outfit with the red DD on the chest. It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
And red eyes.
Yep.
So that's going to cross over to the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episode. I think that's what he was wearing in that episode.
Yep, I think it was.
That'd be funny. I mean, they're not the same universe, but that'd be kind of funny if that
would be.
Do you think 3 hours of Andor is going to be overwhelming? I think it's going to be a lot because it's much different than...
It will be, but...
It's a lot different than what we've had before, right? And I think 3-hour-long episodes, that's a lot for 1 week. Like, to...
I don't know, because I don't know they're going to be an hour each. So it'll be like 40-something minutes, 40-something minutes, 40-something minutes. So it's 2.5 hours, because you got to account for credits and all that shit. So it's probably it's a 2.5-hour movie. It's like watching Casino or something. And you can, and the best part, you can split it up. I'll watch one now, go do some shit, and come back and watch the other half.
Let it digest.
But I guess it's good that they're not doing 1 episode at a time and stretching it out over 3 months or whatever.
One arc, one arc a month. That would be wild. I don't know that I'll watch all of it at once. If it's good, like it was season 1, I will. If not, then I might do the whole digested, take the first one, next day, second one, next day, third one, and then go from there.
I think I sent it in chat, but they did like an hour-long thing where they were interviewing Tony Gilroy, who was the showrunner, and he was saying that he'll never do Star Wars again, but it's also the greatest thing he feels like he's ever put on film. So,
wow. Yeah, if you can't beat it, move on.
That's a bold statement.
Well, he hated working with the Star Wars and Lucasfilm and all them. Not hated it, but there was a lot of the impression that I got from his answers when he was being interviewed was that there was some contention that he had to really fight for his vision. I'm not saying it's going to be the greatest thing.
Trying to screw shit up again.
I'm not saying it's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I'm pretty stoked for it. Glad we'll have it when we get back.
Greatest thing since Snow White.
Hell yeah.
Did you see the working man like stomp the shit out of it this weekend at the movies?
Yeah, not stomped it, but it did beat it. It was like $1 million. It was like $15 million for Working Man, $14 million. That is a damn shame that movie beat Snow White. Like, how bad is Snow White? What did it drop? 67% from week 1 to week 2? Good God. Well, just poison. Any movie she comes out with is going to be poison.
And I was reading that it was like one of Jason Statham's worst movies. And that's saying something.
Wow, and it still got fit.
That's saying something.
That does say something. I mean, I'm over here enjoying The Meg, but...
I like both of those. The second one was a little weaker, but...
people said the second one was better.
I didn't think so.
All right. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. I know it's streaming. I just haven't got to it yet.
Yeah, and it came out when I was on Grave, so I watched both of them like back to back. So,
but yeah, that I still can't. That shit's gonna be streaming before we leave to Japan.
Right.
It's made
2 weeks. It'll be
as of last weekend. It made $52 million
domestic.
Total.
That
gross.
means
total gross.
No, it can't be total because it made 87 worldwide.
Okay, then 52 is.
It did 46, 41, I think.
Oh yeah, domestic. I'm on the domestic page.
Oh wait, it did 46 domestic the 1 week, and it's only at 52. That means it only made 6 million domestic this weekend. Good God, that movie's gonna lose $400 million because the budget is like 300, another 150 in advertising. So that's marketing. So that's 450. So you need to go 900 million at the box office to get to 450. And if they've only done 100 and so, that means they've only brought in 60 million. So they are currently at a negative $380 million.
That's right. Stitch will make up for it.
Stitch will make up for it.
Bitches love Stitch.
That looked all right. I mean, I was no interest in watching Stitch live action until I saw the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't like that the little girl is not fat. She's supposed to be a little fat.
The sequel to the Jim Caviezel Passion of the Christ movie.
That
barely in half the theaters. Snow White only beat it by $3 million.
Same thing with Working Man. It was in like 1,000 less theaters also.
Yeah. Well, so Snow White's currently in 4,200 theaters. The Chosen Last Supper is in 4,278 theaters, and it made 11,492, 11 million. And then Working Man was in 3,262 theaters, and it made 15,215,000.
And made more money.
Yeah. Death of the Unicorn tanked, but I heard it wasn't great.
Eat it. What tanked?
Death of a Unicorn. Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd. Even
it just looked okay.
The 4K restoration of Princess Mononoke even made $12,000 a theater because it was only in 330 theaters. It came in sixth place. That's crazy. Captain America might creep over 200 million. It's at 196 right now.
Okay,
but yeah,
because there's probably still some locations that hasn't dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll help that out. But man, I can't believe that. I can, but I can't because I know everybody hates Rachel. Unless you're a Rachel stan, everybody hates her. The movie itself, people talk about, it's not even just Rachel. It would have sucked anyway because the movie was bad. I again don't have an opinion on the movie because I hadn't seen it, but I'll have my opinion on Rachel. FTB.
It looks like, I mean, around the world, it's still number one in a lot of.
Well, there's no competition, so yeah. I mean, it has the luxury of not having competition. Oh God, so not interested. So not just. You know what? It may be too late for. Yeah, it's already too late for me for homework for trailers that Duke sent us. Oh wait.
Nope, it's in my drafts. It's in my drafts. You guys threw me
it
off.
Worked out. No, it worked out though because we wouldn't have time for it anyway. So it worked out.
Yeah.
That'll be next week, our last one before Japan.
Yeah, yeah, for next week.
Yeah, because you're gone. Right? Yeah, next week, and then you're gone on Tuesday.
Yeah. Exciting, isn't it, guys?
It kind of is. Real. Kind of is. I do. I don't know if I said it earlier or not, but when I was talking to Jack before you got on, Duke, I was all over YouTube videos yesterday and today. It was just almost one after the other. A lot of food videos. We're gonna be going. We're gonna be walking around and be like, "Oh yeah, this place is on the video. Eat here. This plate. Eat here." There's gonna be a lot of eat here in Tokyo.
All right, kids. Well, we got this week to go. We'll talk about TV and stuff because Reacher finished up, and I enjoyed the hell out of that.
Well, now I can finally start watching it.
Yeah, Reacher finished this week, so yeah.
Actually, that'll be next on my list because we're still on Yellow Jacket.
But you could queue that up for the flight.
Got to watch that. That's a 2-person watch, or I'm gonna get slapped.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Although I did learn that because we're on United, their app for the all the airlines has whatever they're doing. HBO Max is on the United app, which means I don't have to download Penguin. It's just there.
It'll just be on there.
So I downloaded the app earlier today, and now I'm good to go. So
I'm hoping that now that Hawaiian and Alaska are the same, because I get free Wi-Fi on Alaska flights with T-Mobile. I'm hoping that will carry over to Hawaiian as well, so I get free Wi-Fi.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna say United. I forgot United has free. If you're on T-Mobile, you get free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, like half the airlines. Yeah, half the airlines I fly, I get free Wi-Fi. So
free is the best. Free 99.
I said I ain't on T-Mobile. I don't know. $10 for the whole trip though. It might be worth it. Depends on what I plan on doing.
Yeah. Well, we could talk about it offline. Jack needs to go to bed. Sure. He's already leaning. His eyes are... He's got Jabba eyes right now.
Right. They want a Wonka.
Wonky Chewbacca.
All right, boys. Have a good week. Everyone listening, have a good week. All 22, hopefully, of you again this week.
Yeah. Tell a friend.
Looking good. Deuces. Peace.